Hey everybody, back at Steve's. It's another app test night, and tonight it's going to be the Ghosthunting Toolkit. It was recommended to me at one point in time. I've kind of stayed away from it, but there are a bunch of different tools included in the app. We're going to get into those. We're going to try them out, see if any of it works, see if it's worth the money I spent on it, because I spent my own money on it. I think it was $9 US, I think. So, I don't know. We'll see what it does. We'll see if it works. Back at Steve's, the usual app test place, so we know what to expect here. Let's get into it. Ghosthunting Toolkit. Let's go. Okay, so as usual, I have not opened this app yet. So we are going to experience it for the first time together here. So I guess these are the various tools that we can select from. So let's click this one. Oh, so this is an EVP recorder. Let's try it. Tool number 1, EVP recorder. I am holding the famous bracelet with the name Steve on it, and I am recording an EVP with the ER1 EVP recorder built into the Ghosthunting Toolkit. I would just like to know if there's anybody here with us. As with most of my app testing videos, my friend Andre is behind the camera helping me out. I'd just like to know, Steve, if you're here, if you're attached to your hospital bracelet at all, and if you'd like to say hello. I'll give it a little bit of time. We come here a lot. Every time we come here, the house is more and more destroyed. Do you have any thoughts on that you'd like to share with us? For anyone watching, that was just Andre clearing his throat. Just because you all know I don't like to make things up. So, okay, so I'm going to hit, I think, does this stop the recording? That stops the recording. Okay, so let's do a live playback. Make sure my volume is up here. And let's see if we got anything. I am holding the famous bracelet with the name Steve on it. And I am recording an EVP with the ER1 EVP recorder built into the Ghosthunting Toolkit. I would just like to know if there's anybody here with us. As with most of my app testing videos, my friend Andre is behind the camera helping me out. I'd just like to know, Steve, if you're here, if you're attached to your hospital bracelet at all, if you'd like to say hello. Quality of the recording is actually pretty good too. Anyway, I'm going to pause that for a second. I'm not going to make you listen to the whole playback. I will listen to it. If I hear anything, I'll make sure to point it out. Just because I have had some voices in this house before. Maybe there's one here. I haven't had any dedicated EVPs, but maybe we'll get one. I don't know. I'll listen to it. If I get one, I'll share it with you. If not, we'll be on to the next tool. Let's go. The next app is called the ED2 EMF Detector. And Andre, if you can just kind of stay more stationary, I'm just going to move around and just see if it registers anything. And if it does, then I will call you over to show it on camera. So this is probably similar to the EMF detector in GhostTube. And that, yeah, so when we get near a big piece of metal, Andre, if you can come over here for a second. I'm just going to show this on the screen. So when I get down here, nothing, nothing, nothing. Get close to this big piece of metal, and it registers some stuff. And again, the theory is that spirits give off some form of electromagnetic energy, and these devices can pick that up. And we're sort of off in the middle of the room, not near anything, and it's getting a minor reading. Oh, and it's gone. Oh. There's a big piece of metal on the floor here. I'm going to get rid of the notification. Sorry, my Instagram is going crazy today. It's a little bit. Okay, I'm just going to walk over this way. I'll just see if we get anything out of the ordinary. I moved Steve's hospital bracelet out of its normal place and into this room with us. So we'll see if that gives us anything here. So far it looks to be behaving just like any EMF detector would. And I've never really had any major EMF spikes at Steve's place with any other device. So I don't really expect one with this one. All right, let's see what this, so what does this do? I'm not sure what that did. Maybe that, and the eye, oh, we can change it to a red so that it's easier on your eyes in a dark place. That's actually a nice feature. And the other app we tested before had the eye, so it probably does the same thing. And then the back button. Okay, let's go on to app number 3. This one is called the i3 or 13 Interrogator. I'm not sure how this one works. Let's see. Pose yes or no questions. Your device's capacitive screen can allow energy-based entities to interact with you. Note that this tool, while sensitive, will not give a reading if not touched by an entity. Those wishing a novelty game that simply gives random answers will be disappointed. Good. That makes me feel a little bit better. So, yes or no question. Steve, are you here? Let's just go with the hard-hitting first one. Is there anybody here? Or is it just Andre and I by ourselves? Do you believe in ghosts? I might as well ask you that question if you are here. I'm not sure how long to pause between questions. Are my Instagram notifications getting annoying? I will answer that with a yes. So we know that works. Okay. Is anybody here with us? I want to see how little pressure you need. Oh, I barely touch that and it goes off. So it doesn't take much to set this off. I wonder if I just dangled my sleeve over it. Let's see. Well, just my sleeve brushing it. No, so my sleeve just brushing it will not set it off. So I need something a little firmer than a sleeve, and a very gentle brush with my finger, like barely touching my screen. Sets it off. This is one of those apps that if you get a response, it's like, oh boy. I'm actually more impressed that I'm not getting a response on it. If it just kept going off at random, it would be very disappointing. But the fact that I'm not getting anything with it leads me to believe that there might be something to it. Okay, I'm just going to try, see if it makes a difference. If I put my phone down, Steve or anyone, are you here? Can you touch my screen and make something happen? You can hit the green or the red, and it will cause something to happen. If there's anybody here with us. Just give it a second, see if we get a response on that. And then we'll jump to the next app, or the next tool within this app. So far, I'm more impressed that this isn't giving any fake answers, which is nice. Okay, I think while my phone is set down, I'm actually going to jump to another application, which is a vibration detector. And, so we'll end off this one, and I'll get that loading up. Let's do that. I'm jumping to app number 5 on the list just because my phone's already set down. This is a vibration detector. I actually have an app on my phone that does this already, and if this one works better, then I'll keep this one too. So basically, I've got it running, and it's scanning for vibrations. So far, it hasn't detected any. So you can see it's got a flat line there, but if I move my phone, or if I hit this, you can see. So if there was something knocking or something stepping, it would register the vibrations. So this is one of those tools where you probably leave it set up in a dark room with an infrared camera watching your screen, and watching to see if it picks up anything walking around by your phone, and you're not there. But just the fact that it registers the vibrations, you can see everything kind of moving. It's just a neat tool. And when I do some overnights this summer, I do plan to use a vibration tool like this with my infrared camera, just left alone in a dark room to see if anything happens. So anyway, just while my phone was sitting down anyway, I thought I'd pull up that app. Let's get to the final app on this toolkit, or the final tool on this app, and then I'll give you my conclusions. Let's go. The final tool in this ghost hunting toolkit is the PD4 power detector. And I have no clue how this works, so we are going to look up, because it's got info on all the tools. So this tool makes use of the electrical capacitive nature of your device's touchscreen. The power detector uses an algorithm to gauge how much area within the screen's fingerprint field is impacted by any electrical change caused by contact with the screen. The result is shown on the meter above the sensor. So if we can watch live here, we have this fingerprint sensor, and if I just tap it lightly versus a full push versus a little brush there, so you get different kind of things depending on where you go. So I'm going to do this one in the red mode just because it looks neat. And if anybody's here who would like to press on this device right in the middle here, where you can make that meter go, please feel free to do so. I have a feeling this is another one of those leave the app running with a camera watching it and see if anything happens, which is fine. Boop, boop, boop. Yeah. So it doesn't take much to register and get the needle swinging. And I maxed it out there. So yeah, this definitely, I think, has some investigative potential. I don't know how well it's going to work sitting in my hand, but definitely going to leave it alone. I'm actually thinking of possibly doing a long night at Steve's place this summer. More in the summer because there's no windows, so it gets cold in here. Do some haunted hangouts here with some people and leave them locked alone in the basement for a while. It's always fun. If you haven't seen any of my haunted hangouts, I'll put a card up in the corner to one I did with Laura at Steve's place, where we got some really interesting things. Got another haunted hangout coming at the Oakville Museum at night with Paul too. And I think Andre might be there for that one as well. And a few other people. Just have fun outside the Oakville Museum. Put that card up now, just in case you want to watch that video too. Anyway, I think we are going to close this one and move on to my final thoughts on the Ghosthunting Toolkit and all the different tools included in this app. Let's shut it down and talk about it. Ghosthunting Toolkit. Actually, not bad. I will use it. I paid for it. And like I said, it was about $9 US. I'm going to use it. A lot of the apps, or tools, I keep saying apps, because there are a bunch of individual apps that do the same thing that this whole toolkit does. But I will use them. Most of them seem to be the type where you're going to leave your phone sitting in a room by itself and a camera monitoring what's going on, which actually is kind of cool and just gives me something else to do besides me just walking around with an app all the time. I don't know if they work yet. I didn't get anything at Steve's. That's not a bad thing because I don't always get something at Steve's, except with really bad apps that I know don't work and they just give you crap. So a lot of promise with this one, a lot of potential. I will be using it. I'm glad I spent my money on it. Hopefully I can get some awesome results with it. Anyway, if you like these app reviews and tool reviews and gear reviews and investigations and gear reviews and everything other reviews, because I've said multiple things about reviews already. If you like them, like, subscribe, click that notification bell for more, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's find something.